We'll start with the main event. Another BMF title fight that lived up to the hype, right? The two guys going there and leaving it all in the octagon. Give us your thoughts on the fight and how it played out.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible fight. I thought going into the last round, the fight was closer than the judges had it, but yeah, I mean, it lived up to what it was supposed to be. The card did. The card was great.
Fantastic. When you see Max do his point at the ground in the last 10 seconds, is there any part of you that thinks, just as a fight fan, like, you're going to have to stop doing this event?
No, I go, oh, hell yeah. Me and my crew were talking about it earlier tonight before we came to the fights. Like, everybody acts like they want to do that shit. They don't want to do it. Max is like the only guy that actually wants to do that. And it's one of the million reasons why people love him.
What did you think when Dustin went for his guillotine at the end of round 2? Similar sort of reaction?
Yeah, I mean, there were so many of those moments in that fight where either guy could have won.
Do you look at Dustin's performance tonight? Because obviously, look, he's competing with one of the best in the world, and think to yourself, yeah, maybe he started to slow down towards the end and it's right to walk away? Or do you think, he could probably still fight against these guys and win?
Well, I've been saying that all week. I mean, they're both ranked number 4 and 5 and probably the nastiest division in the sport. But, you know me, when you think you should retire, you probably should.
Does it make you proud to see someone like Dustin and Max? They have over 60 combined fights in the UFC. Does it make you proud to, like, even you grew up with them together and see how far they come? They always performed, always made weight. Does it make you proud, like, to have 2 fighters like that on the roster?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why. I mean, that's why, all of you guys and myself. And if you look at the way we celebrated him tonight on television, you guys probably didn't see it, but if you see a lot of stuff, even Mark Zuckerberg had posted about, how we told the story of Dustin Poirier tonight. Yeah, we have a lot of respect for him, proud of him, and same thing with Max.
Is there a favorite moment in Dustin's career? Maybe a story that we don't know, or like a favorite fight, a moment of Dustin's career?
Off the top of my head, I mean, he's had a badass, unbelievable career and has accomplished a lot of things. But off the top of my head, there's not one moment that stands out, no. Go ahead.
Dana, now that Dustin's career is said and done, what do you want people to take away from not just his career, but also the growth that he had from the time that he started up to now?
Yeah, well, like I said, I think tonight, we celebrated Dustin, on the broadcast, and then to have the fight here in front of his people, and they showed up, and they made the event really fun tonight. My girl Amber was saying to me, I was already in the back room, and she said not one person has left this arena when he was still out there talking. That's pretty special. I mean, you guys know you've done enough fights. Before Rogan even gets up into the octagon, half the place is gone. So the fact that they all stayed for him tonight, showed up for him tonight, broke the arena record tonight, the list goes on and on. Big night for him.
Thank you, Dana.
Dana, over here. One question, Dana.
Yep.
Over here, back here.
Yep.
Do you think it played a factor that Dustin announced the retirement? Because it kind of seemed like just the emotions, everything that he went through kind of played a factor early on in that fight. Do you think that played a factor early on in the fight for him?
Do I think that because he announced
the emotions he went through during the week, people sending him cards and all the things, the reception he got, do you think that kind of played a factor, just kind of making him emotional in early on in that fight?
You'll have to ask him when he gets in here. I don't know, but yeah, I would imagine it was hard for him not to be emotional. I mean, even when he was saying earlier, what if he had won? Would he come back? Would he, I think that when you do what these guys do, and you come here and this is your last fight ever, and you walk out of that tunnel and you get the reception that you get at the end of a round that you did well, the place is so loud, the ref can't even hear the bell, and shit like that, it's got to be so hard to walk away from this and the feeling that you get from it. So I'm sure it was very emotional. It's probably going to be emotional for him for the next week.
Just one more. could you, obviously don't expect you to mention any names, but if another fighter who you thought in the same regard as Dustin came to you and said, I want to do a retirement fight in my hometown, like, would you try to effort on doing something like this again?
Well, we always try to, there's guys who, start to work their way up and then want to fight in their hometowns. Some guys who become big don't want anything to do with fighting in their hometowns. There's a lot of different feelings about it. But yeah, I mean, we always try to figure stuff out if guys want it, but it's not always possible to say, okay, we'll give you a retirement fight in your hometown and you don't have the title, or, you could do a fight night or something like that. But yeah, we would always try to do it.
Yeah, a lot of stars got to align.